Alright, just look at these. Exploration progress 100%. Alright, I guess we'll have to start from scrap. And there is a total of 39 Electroculus on the Narukami Island. Entire this region where the first statue is. So I'll do a full walkthrough. You can tell that the markers on my map are different. The star-shaped means you can immediately start collecting without doing any missions, etc. And the flower ones will either be mission related, or it needs a certain method to unlock. And I will show a map related to the sequence of Electroculus that I collect, and also relates to requirements of unlocking certain things. This will be the same for the future episodes as well. Feel free to skip to certain parts if you are missing certain ones on the map and you do not know a method how to reach it. So we start off in the Rito Island. Right from the Statue of the Seven is the first Electroculus on the top of the building. Make sure you have a character that can help you with climbing, like Zhongli, Kazuha, Venti, etc. Or if you don't have that, please grab the gadget from Mondstadt, like the Windcatcher bottle, so it will help you go to the higher spots for certain ones. But at this point, then you will need a travel permit to leave the Rito Island. Then if you do not have that, then you will need to proceed to do your main story, then also deliver a letter from this guy here back to the same place that you started, leaving the Rito Island, to the lady called Hiragi Chitato. Now starting here, we will head off towards the island to collect the second Electroculus. Just use the boat to help you get there, making sure you have something to help you reach a higher altitude so you can easily get the Electroculus. Right, here I will explain the really important quest that you need to complete here. Here, strange story in Konda. First of all, come to this location, talk to the lady, and finish the dialogue. She will ask you to use electric power on the fox statue. Then grab the item that has spawned in front of you. Then she will explain the details of the missions, etc. But right now, this is a really long mission, but if you're interested in the story, go read it for yourself. I'll be skipping any future dialogues. Going back to the village, then Palm will talk to you, talking about go talk to the village chief. After finishing talking to chief and a few other NPCs in the following clips, then you will gain clues to find certain objects, and I'll also show you where these objects are. Now here we start looking for the objects, and I'll show you where you can find them. Once you have gathered enough clues, then you want to give them items in a certain order. You first of all want to give them the bag of Mora, and then you want to give them the bag you found. Then you want to give them the rig list. Now starting from here, you want to make your way up to the rooftop, and then reach these nodes, and then you want to go to the further side to grab a key for the well. Once you have made it inside, this is one of the 5 shrines in the Narukami Island, and each of the shrines need one of these wards to begin the purification process. Now you have to follow the pattern on the center, then you want to start from the beginning, always be 1, then link to the other stations. So for example, this one right now will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Defeat the enemy that comes out after you have completed the sequence correctly. Once your dialogue with the Lady Kazari finishes, you want to grab the electro flower and enter the barrier above, and then open up all the gates and come toward this way, and we can start collecting the Electroculus. Now you have collected the 6th and 7th Electroculus, and now come back into this room. This room is extremely important, making sure that you loot everything. First of all is this rust-worn key. This will then lead you to another location to unlock a Electroculus. Then also within this room there is a stone tablet for another mission, which is not Electroculus related, but it relates to the prototype for the single-handed sword in Inazuma. And if you're interested for that, please do collect all the stone slates that will be in the future sections, and the specific mission will be at the end of this video after I have collected all the Electroculus. Now you have made your way out of the first shrine. Now you want to head towards this location on the map. Once you reach the area, you want to look for these ghostly ladies and try to force them closer towards the 3 fox statues in the center of the shrine over there. Then once 3 shadows are standing behind each of the foxes, and then the puzzle will be solved. Here also you can find the 8th Electroculus. I have already collected it, just so you know. Now you have to follow what's happening in the video and interact with all these ghost ladies until they're all behind the fox statues. You have interacted with the book, then it will tell you to head up to the Grand Narukami Shrine to find more clues, but in the meantime we'll collect more Electroculus on the way. Once you have made your way up here, you want to talk to Inagi Hotomi, then finish her dialogue, then she'll give you this memento lens. Once you equip it, then you'll be able to unlock a lot of the Earth Fox statues that's in Narukami Island, which is essential for a lot of the puzzle solving in this island. But so right now, let's head to the top of the shrine. There is your 10th Electroculus. If you do not have a wind character, use your main character's stone to give you a little bit of food store, or use the wind bottle to make it up here. Once you have collected the 10th one, go towards this direction and you'll be able to collect the 11th one. Make sure you do not drop down too much, or else you may not be able to collect this Electroculus. Right after that, you want to head towards the south side, then drop down into the forest. Then the next one is right on top of this Tanuki. Next up, then you want to turn to the south side again, keeps going, and it's on top of this rock right here. Now come back to the area where you have find the Electroculus by the abandoned shrine. Then you want to follow the path upward and be on the lookout for these tiny fox statues and use your Mementos lens on it. The puzzle for this region is required by inputting the related lines in the correct sequence. The first line is in the name of Narukami's envoy. And the second line will be and of the Hakushin bloodline. Here this dialogue will mention a locked door and we have found a key, and that key is the one we found underneath the well. Scanning through with the Mementos lens, you found out the last line is bring forth the fried tofu. This guy sure knows how to joke around these lines. But anyway, after you collect the other lines, you want to come towards this fork statue over here and recite the lines in the correct order. Once you have done that in the correct order, then the tiny fox statue on the right will also activate. Then use your lens on it, then follow the Seelie to the entrance of the shrine. Then you just want to do the same thing that you have done as before. And then you want to purify by solving the puzzle in here. And also here's the locked door that you need to use the key to unlock to gain the access to one of the Electroculus. So far we have collected a total of 14. Once you have completed the puzzle once again, Lady Kazari will show up and tell you to go and purify the remaining 3 shrines. No matter what options you choose here, you will be fine. Then you can proceed to the next shrine location. And also now the quest will be called Sacred Sakura Cleansing Ritual, and there is a total of 3 more to cleanse, and then I'll walk you through every single one of them while collecting the Electroculus. Want to go back to the Tanuki statue where you have gained the 12th Electroculus. I've cleared the enemies and talked to the Tanuki statue that he will request you to play with the other 3 tiny Tanukis that's in the area. Then first of all you want to come back down here and find the first one. All you have to do is follow him, and at the end when he disguises as a torch, hit it with a fire skill. Now you want to go across the river and you will see hilly shells around a barrel. Then defeat them and the barrel will free a Tanuki. The third one you want to head towards the east side, and it's the same as the first one. You just want to follow it, then hit it at the end with a fire skill. Now you want to head back to the Tanuki statue and interact with it once again and hear what he has to say. Then you will get the ward for the 3rd shrine. Now go upward to the Kamisato estate if you have not unlocked the teleportation waypoint. If you have, then do not worry about it and head towards the location of the barrier. Reach here, a Tanuki should help you open up the hidden cave through a cutscene. Then after you enter, this is one of the harder ones to solve. Once you put the ward in, then remember from the first one, you want to link it, then the 2 posts above are all number 2. You want 2 of the markers. That the one on the inside left is actually 3, then the one to your right is 4. Once you have set the numbers correctly, then press pray again, and then the enemy will spawn and you do the same process. Once you have defeated the enemy, and Lady Kazari will show up once again, requesting you to do the cleansing of 2 more shrines on the Narukami Island, and I will show you in the following process while collecting more Electroculus. After the shrine cleansing, you want to teleport back to the Kamisato estate, then head towards the east side, then drop down the cliff, making sure that you do not drop down too fast because the Electroculus is quite high up. Once after you collected this Electroculus, making sure you head towards the north side. And to once again use your Mementos lens on the small fox statue to reveal it's also where you collect the 15th Electroculus. And once you have used the Mementos lens, another Fox statue will appear. You just want to do the same as the first Fox statue. You just want to use electric skill on it. And don't forget to grab the ward underneath the statue. Now, coming from here, you want to head towards the boat station right here, and then move your way towards those two islands. That's where the 4th shrine is, and also 2 more Electroculus is at. Before we head towards that section, clear the enemies in this section, and there is the 2nd stone slab for the mission you need to collect here, so we do not backtrack. Once you have landed on the first island towards the north side, you want to search the center part of the island for one of the Earth Fox statues once again, and use your Mementos lens on it, and it will reveal a hidden entrance, and there goes your next Electroculus. Once you have entered this area, when you reach deep inside is the next shrine, but making sure you keep having a electro flower seeding on you, because this area will have environmental damage. If you do not have a seed that's protecting you, you'll take continuous damage. Of course, that will become really disadvantageous when you fight next boss. Once you have finished clearing the enemy and finish cleansing the area, you want to move deeper into the cave and follow the Seelie to the exit. At the exit is your next Electroculus. Either use the electro flower to teleport to gain enough height to get it, or use the twig by the side to climb high enough to reach this Electroculus. Now the next section, we will majority focus on collecting the Electroculus around the Ep.Narukami shrine. So the first thing is you want to teleport back to the waypoint at the top of the mountain. Once you have landed, you want to go towards the Kamisato estate. Then keep flying towards that direction and slowly falling down. You will be able to see your next Electroculus. Once you grab it, you want to once again teleport back up to the waypoint. Now the next one, you just want to head towards the north side of the shrine and keep dropping down and follow where I'm going, then the next Electroculus is really easy to get. After finish collecting, once again teleport back up and follow where I'm going. Here, after collecting that Electroculus, you have an option either teleport to the waypoint that's below Araumi, but if you like me, you have not activated it, you want to teleport once again to the Ep.Narukami shrine. Once you have exit that by defeating Rune God and collecting the Electro Flower, you want to head towards the west side of the map. You want to go for the further star first. Then when you reach the area, there's a house and a tree. You want to use the house to get onto the tree, and the Electroculus is on top of the tree here. Right after that next one, you want to move towards the north side and drop down to the cliffside, and there is a hidden cave inside, and the next Electroculus is right under this tiny shrine here. You want to once again teleport back up to the Narukami shrine, then make a 180 turn and start to fall towards the marker. Your next Electroculus will be in the midair, so be careful to not fall down too far. Now we'll begin exploring the Araumi area, which includes quite a lot of puzzling, etc. So this will take a while. Before we can enter the last shrine, we need to activate 4 of the electric podiums. The first one is here, where you need to solve a puzzle. The second one is straightforward enough as long as you have an electric character, and then activate it. But this is the first one. The second one is out in the open. There it is. Then the third one, you want to follow down this side, and there's 2 enemies guarding it. Defeat it, then you'll be able to activate it. Now you want to teleport back up to the same teleportation waypoint, and then start to walk towards the stone pillar, and make sure you grab the Electroculus that's floating in the midair. Right after that, then you want to come out and activate the last electric podium before you climb back into the chimney thing. Once you're inside, use your Mementos lens on the 3 little fox statues once again, and then 3 different switches will show up, and then you just need to interact with all of them to open the gate below you. After you have came down, immediately use your Mementos lens to reveal this electric flower, and then head inside to the barrier, and then the fox statue, once again use your electric skill on it to get the last ward for the last shrine. Like any other shrines we have done up to this point, but the only thing that's stopping us from interacting with all the podiums is 2 of the podiums are disguised as the fox statues, so use your Mementos lens on it to reveal them, and the rest is exactly the same as the process we have done before. And once again defeating the enemy, then the process will be completed, but this time Lady Kazari will not show up, and the continuation of the mission will be showed at later stages of the video. But right now we need to explore this area.
One eternity later.
Here we just need to find 2 Seelies to lead them to their according statue to unlock this gate, but these 2 Seelie is one of the most irritating ones to do in the history of Genshin Impact puzzle solvings. Coming through the door, you will have this further area, then there's a lock gate, and all we need to do is drop down to the water, slowly swim to the staircase and go through to activate this switch so the locked door is no longer locked. There's the 3rd stone slate related to that other mission, and you need to solve the puzzle here to lower the water level. This is really important. At this point, I have a little bit of time to explain what the stone slates are for. So all the stone slates is for a mission called the Farmer's Treasure. At the end of that mission, it will reward you with the one-hand sword blueprint for Inazuma's 4-star weapon, and you can craft that at the blacksmith. And it's a really good weapon depending on certain characters, what characters you want to use it on. But it also gives you a free weapon prototype, so do not worry about if you do not have a one-hand sword prototype to craft that weapon. And here is one of the Electroculus that you cannot collect until you have the level 17 of the Sacred Sakura tree. So don't worry about it, because it will not matter to your statue level at the current version of the game. All the collectibles I think will be finished by 2.1 when the full map of Inazuma comes out, or whenever that is. Now, since you have lowered the water level, one of the other gates are now interactable, and that will eventually lead you to the underwater area, and you'll be able to unlock the domain and the one Electroculus in the area. Now you have reached deep inside, and coming from the teleportation waypoint here, because I did not record it the first time around, you need to grab this piece here. This is the last stone slate before you can use it for the mission. And if you have missed it, just teleport back here. It's really close to the teleportation waypoint, so don't worry about it. And here in the domain, near the domain, is the new boss that you can challenge. I will not do so right now because our purpose is to collect Electroculus and unlock things in the area. Now we just want to head this way and come here and grab this Electro Flower and use it to fly towards the Electroculus. Once you have grabbed that Electroculus, now you should go head back and unlock that domain while you're already here. All you have to do is solve a few puzzles as it's shown here. I'll show you how it's done. So all you have to do is step on every single tiles without repeating, and then the puzzle will be solved. Don't be like me and forget to activate that, and inside is a harder version of the puzzle once again. Once you have unlocked the domain, you're free to teleport back to the Araumi teleportation waypoint, and now we're heading off towards the islands and grab the 2 more Electroculus that's in the area. Here when you reach the ledge, it's just floating below the cliff, making sure you do not fall too fast or you might not be able to get it. Then you want to straight head towards the boat station and use the boat to head towards the island off in the far side of the marker on the map. Once you have landed on the island, you guys must be masters now. Just use your Mementos lens on all the foxes around, then you'll reveal clues to gain enough heights to grab the next Electroculus. After grabbing this one, then we'll be working back to the mainline section because everything near this area that can be collected is all been collected. Now I recommend teleporting to the teleportation waypoint right before you enter Inazuma City here. Now you want to work your way backward and grab this Electroculus that's on the stone right here. Now you want to turn to the east side and go to the boat station, and now we just have to use the boat to reach 3 different areas to follow 3 different Seelie. Again, this is really annoying, I know, but be patient. Then once you collected and followed all 3 Seelies back to their station to this tiny little island in the middle, then the Electro Flower will be available for you to interact. Then once again it's the same as a lot of the other Electroculus collections. You just want to interact with the flower, then fly high enough to collect it. Once you're done here, you want to teleport back to the same waypoint and then start heading towards the west side this time, towards the Sakura Island there. That's also where the festival takes place. I'm just going to skip through that part. Then once you reach here is by the peak, then you either can use a wind character to help you get up there or just climb the tree. You should be able to reach it nonetheless. Here we want to head towards the west side and use the ship to go to the island to the south. Please do not just teleport to the domain because we need the ship for the next 2 parts of the Electroculus collection. Here there's a time trial on that island for if you want to not backtrack, Then you want to collect the electro flower, unlock the ship station, summon the ship, place it below this cliff here before you activate the challenge to save maximum time. Because I didn't think about it the first time, so I need to backtrack, but it does not matter, the challenge is always there. But if you want to do this in one go, then do as I have told you. Then you can also unlock the domain here before you collect the next Electroculus. Now I just teleport back to the domain to save a tiny bit of time. Then you want to get back onto your ship and then slowly work your way towards the south side to the next marker of the Electroculus. This Electroculus is actually underneath the water, so you want to get out of the ship and use the falling attack to make you fall enough to collect this Electroculus. Here, once you have collected that Electroculus, you want to sail towards underneath the Raiden Shogun's castle, and there's a cave. As long as you follow where I'm going, deep inside the cave, there's another Electroculus you can collect. Here, once you have collected the Electroculus, you want to teleport up to Inazuma City. Please prepare a wind catcher, a wind bottle before you head your way up there, because it's really hard to make it up here. This is one of the more cheekier spots, and even with Kazuha, it's kind of hard to get up there. But if you have Venti, forget what I said, because Venti he's the best. Now here is all the Electroculus that you can collect unless you want a hard grind, and I'll just showcase you when you reach level 17 of the Sacred Sakura tree, when you can eventually start collecting the last two Electroculus that's on the Narukami Island. For example, here, this one is directly underneath the Sacred Sakura tree. I forgot to grab the Electro trees seeding so I can enter it, but once you reach that level 17 of the Sacred Sakura tree, then you'll gain a power up for these barrier breaking. Now you can enter these barriers, and inside here is the next Electroculus on Narukami Island. I'll quickly showcase the same spot I mentioned earlier, that you need a high level of Sacred Sakura tree to enter. Once you have gained that level, it's the same process. You want to grab the seeding, then you'll be able to enter. For the very last Electroculus on the Narukami Island, it's actually in the center of the island, and by doing the cleansing mission, that since we have completed all 5 shrines earlier, now you want to come back to Konda village, go back to where it began initially, so go down back to the well, and Lady Kazari will be waiting there. And once you initiate this quest, then she'll request you to do one last cleansing, and proceeding with the quest will be able to unlock the center part of the Great Narukami Shrine. And once you get there, by following the mission, then all you have to do is proceed with this mission, then the last Electroculus will be easily obtainable, and I'll show you where it is. Now, once again, we need to teleport back to the Great Narukami Shrine, and as long as you follow the mission marker, you'll be able to find her once again. If you have found her and had the conversations with her, then you need to drop down here where it wasn't accessible earlier, and you can slowly fall down, and the last Electroculus for the Narukami Island is here. And if you proceed even deeper, the mission, once you complete it, by defeating the boss down here, you will be able to craft the catalyst, the free catalyst for Inazuma, or if you want to keep the mask for a memory, then it's down to your personal preference. But I used it, and also I do believe this unlocks the ability to trade artifacts. So you trade 3 5-star artifacts into any of the 4 5-star sets. First of all is the Gladiator sets, then second is the Wondrous Trope, then third one is Visting, the fourth one is Novelist Oblige. So if you need any of those artifacts and you want to try your luck out and you have too many useless 5-star artifacts, then I think it's a good opportunity. You can use it to try to trade something much better. Now we have showcased where you can get all the Electroculus on the Narukami Island side. And now I'll showcase the Farmer's Treasure quest, where you need to head to the Araumi teleportation waypoint once again, and head your way to the boat station you used earlier. And then once you get onto the boat, then you need to head towards the island that's in front of you. And there is not much to collect other than the mission related stuff there. I'll just showcase what you can do there. I'll skip any story dialogues, but it's a really funny story. If you're interested, take your time to read it. Another thing is, if you have already unlocked this teleportation waypoint, it will make things easier. And the first key you can collect, if you drop down from the teleportation waypoint, is right here. Now head your way to the other side of the island and clear out all the enemies that's nearby, and then I'll show you where the remaining keys are at. Once you have defeated the enemy, the second key is on this platform, on this chest right here. Now make your way towards this platform over here. There's another key by one of the chests here. Now you want to head to the top of the island and clear out all the enemies that's on top of you. Once you have done so, this guy locked in the cell, he needs a special key to unlock his cell, and the key is on top of the tree over there. You can also gain this clue by talking to him. But right now, let's collect this key, then head off towards the front, and let's start to unlock some of the other cells with the previous 3 keys we have collected. Here, unlocking the cell for this dog, he will eventually lead you to a treasure chest. Here's the second cell that you can unlock with the previous keys we have collected, and if you keep going this way, you will see one of the cells has contained one of the spirits, or I think it's called Seelie. But basically you want to reach there and unlock it. But before we go up, there is another key right here you want to collect. Once you have collected the last key in the area, you want to look up. There's a cell that contains a spirit that's been locked away. You want to make your way up to the top and then fly down to activate it. Once you have fly down and unlock the gate, sometimes it won't always react really fast, so you want to stick around until you make sure that he actually leaves the cage. Here is the cell for the last key. I think inside is only a literature piece. If you're not a collector freak, you can pass this, but either way the process is basically identical as the Seelie collection. You just want to unlock it and grab it, and then you're good to go. Now you want to head back up and visit this guy and eventually let him out. But before you let him out, I do suggest you want to talk to him over and over to tease him a few times. The dialogues are really funny. If you want to experience it, it's quite an experience. After the dialogue, you should be on the other side of the island near the teleportation waypoint. Then you want to come to the same guy and interact with him. So he will tell you that you need to collect all the stone slates, but if you have already collected all the 4 stone slates that's mentioned earlier in the video, then you can progress through the next part of the mission. Then next part, he will tell you to go collect the last stone slate that he has hidden away. So you just want to head towards that marker on the map, which is near this location as it came from the Araumi teleportation waypoint. As you dig all these spots on the ground, you should eventually find out there's nothing here. And then you just need to head back to him and continue the mission. Once you come back to the island, then you'll find him missing. Then Paimon will talk about trying to search for him. Then all you have to do is go to the main island on the other side. Once you reach here, you'll find this lion bastard has been captured by the enemy once again. Then before you enter, make sure you have a good team, because you'll be fighting quite a lot of waves of these enemies, treasure hoarders and Fatui agents. After the fight has concluded, then he'll apologize to us, then eventually show us where the treasure is at, even though it might not be impressive, but it is what it is. Once he has given you the key, you just want to unlock this gate. Inside, use all the stone slates we have collected so far on the floor. And then it's the same puzzle that we have done earlier, and step on the slates without repeating. Just do it from the outside, go to the inside, that's an easy solve. And then the treasure will be inside. And it turns out to be nothing much. And then you want to finish the dialogue, and then go back to Konda village. You have arrived on the village, then you want to come over here and visit this whole couple. And it turns out it's this guy's parents. And after you finish the dialogue, you'll be gifted with the blueprint and the prototype, and now you're free to use it to craft. Oh boy, this video sure has been long. I think it's 44 minutes, 45 minutes we've been counting. If this guide has helped you, either saved you time in collecting Electroculus in any sort of form, or helping you getting the prototype, please do leave a like, let me know what you think of Inazuma. If there's anything I can help you with, let me know down in the description. Subscribe if you think you want any more of these type of content in the future. I'll be sure to work on the next two islands, Electroculus and mission update, mission basically guide, in the next week. Basically, I'll make sure it come out fast enough, because wow, this video really sure has taken me too long. I try to. The quality wise may go down, but I'll try to make sure the update comes in fast, so you don't need to wait for days until a guide for a really efficient way to collect Electroculus without backtracking. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next one.